What's up? We'll just give a few minutes for people to find their way over. Drop in the comments if you came over. Let me know where you came from. Did you come over from TikTok? What's up? So is this AI doing this? From TikTok. I'm still going to give it another minute or two for people to come in before I dive in, because once I get started, I'm not going to start over. You know what I mean? Be sure to hit the like button. From TikTok, we got Boogie, Mirtha, Chris, Gregory, Kevin, Steven, ADR. So there's about 11 people on here at the moment. Hearts coming in, got a few likes. Let me give it about one more minute for people to find their way over here, and then we'll just get started. Talking about DeFi, really. Because DeFi is still, to me, it's still the best, probably the best opportunity in all of crypto, and it has been for quite a while. And yet, less than 1% of people in crypto know how to use it. And I think I'm being generous with that, because I think it's way less than 1%. Because think about it, 1, 2, 3 billion people on the planet have at least at some point bought or sold crypto. But like, I don't know, 20, 30 million people maybe have ever even used DeFi, let alone a regular users like myself. And I've been using DeFi for almost 7 years. And that's almost the entire time DeFi has been around, right? So believe me that when I'm telling you this, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been in this shit for longer than about anyone you're gonna find. And I gotta tell you, in the early days, it was rough. But it's gotten so much better. It's so good now. There's still tons of scams out there, so you gotta know which ones to use, which ones are legitimate, etc. But it is so good. And when I explain to you how it works, that's gonna get you really interested. All right, we're gonna get rolling. You guys ready to get rolling? Send it a bunch of likes, put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to get rolling on this DeFi discussion about how to get 100% yield on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and stablecoin. Okay, so it's important to understand, so we're gonna get started. It's important to understand there's basically 3 different things you can do in DeFi. You can be the bank, you can be the house, casino, and you can be Coinbase, okay? And those are the 3 things I'm gonna talk about, okay? The last one we're gonna talk about is being Coinbase. That's my favorite one. That's the one I showed you over there that's doing 100-some%, but I'm still gonna teach you about the other ones too, how they work. So first, let's step back and look at regular finance. Well, in the regular world of finance, what is there really? Well, there's banks, there's casinos, and there's exchanges. Like, that's really finance, right? Even credit cards are really a version of a bank. So you can lend and borrow, right? You can gamble, and you can provide liquidity. Those are the things you can do in finance. That's centralized, traditional finance. But over here in decentralized DeFi, guess what? You can be the bank. You can be the house. You can be the exchange, Coinbase, Robinhood, right? You guys getting that? That should really be getting you excited. So let's start with be the bank. That's the first strategy I'm going to talk about. How do banks make money? They lend. They lend money and they earn interest on that money, right? Now they get to print money. You and I don't get to do that in DeFi or any other way. But we do get to lend money in a safe way that gives us a nice return, okay? Let me pull up a couple of my favorite places to use and show you what kind of yields are. Now, these aren't mind-blowing yields to be the bank strategy, but it's a good, reliable, safe place to get a nice yield on your cash, your stable coin, right? Because what are you getting in the bank? 0, bupkis, zilch, null. And the best you could do is go buy a treasury bond or get in a money market fund. That's going to pay you about a little under 4%. Well, over here in DeFi, right, I'm getting all the way up to 7.5%. And this is on the low end. This fluctuates based on demand, but commonly I'll get somewhere between 8 and 12%. This is on the lower end. Weekends are usually a little lower, okay? Here's another place that I go, right? And right now, this is paying double digits right now on my stablecoin. Like there's Tether paying me over 11%. Now, if there was a bank account out there that you could just put your money in and be getting 11% on your money in the bank, would you use that bank? Yeah. Especially if you could withdraw your money and the interest whenever you wanted, no fees, no penalties, no one to stop you, and you could do it 24/7. Did you guys understand what I just said? In DeFi, when you deposit money, you can deposit as much as you want, and you can withdraw as much as you want, whenever you want, plus the interest you earned. No big fees, no penalties, no red tape, no one to stop you, nothing. And you do it 24/7. As a matter of fact, everything we're going to talk about over here, you can deposit as much money in as you want, and you can withdraw out all of your money at any point, plus the interest you've earned, whenever you want. No big fees, no penalties, no bullshit like that. 24/7. That's a good thing, right? So that's the Be the Bank strategy. Now, how does it work? How does it work? Well, here's what we do. Let's say we go over here and we have $1,000 in Tether, okay? We say, you know what? I like this. That looks nice, 11%. Now, this goes up and down. You know, it might go down to 8, might go up to 15, depends on demand. But I'd say that this particular pool is probably good for around 10% on average, right? So let's say $1,000, I want to throw it in there. Okay, cool. I'll throw it in there. Well, how am I going to make money? Someone's got to borrow that $1,000. And you should be like, wait a minute, how do I know who's borrowing it? What's their credit score? None of that matters in DeFi. Here's why. Because if I put $1,000 in stablecoin in there, listen to me very closely on this. If I put $1,000 in stablecoin in there and someone wants to borrow it, well, they're going to borrow it and they're going to pay me interest. And I don't need to approve it. I don't need to know who they are at all. Why is that? Well, here's why. Because if they want to borrow my $1,000, before they can ever borrow it, they've got to put up collateral, right? And their collateral is probably, if they want to borrow $1,000, their collateral probably has to be at least $1,500, right? So let's say they want to borrow $1,000 in stablecoin from me, and they put up $1,500 in Solana token. Okay, well then they can borrow because the protocol will approve that. But the protocol holds that collateral. So when they borrowed my money, my stablecoin, it was worth $1,500, and they borrowed $1,000 from me, but their collateral was worth $1,500. What if that Solana value goes down? What if that $1,500 in collateral goes down to $1,200? Uh-oh. What if it goes under 1,000? It won't go under 1,000. Because by the time it gets to 1,200, the protocol will immediately liquidate that collateral to pay me back plus interest. Oh, wow. I don't have to worry about credit scores, who anybody is at all, because if they're going to borrow my stablecoin, they got to provide collateral that's worth more than the stablecoin. And if that collateral goes down in value too much, it gets sold off to pay me back plus interest. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that these are collateralized loans. So it protects you. And again, you can withdraw your money and interest whenever you want. A lot of 1s coming in. That's the beauty of DeFi. That's what they talk about when they talk about permissionless, because things are set up in a way that people don't need permission to use it, to borrow or lend. You can also go borrow if you want. So that's Be the Bank. To sum that up, I'd say it's mostly a stablecoin strategy, but you can do it with Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin too, but I mostly do it with stablecoin. And you get interest on it when people borrow it, but they provide collateral that's worth more than what they borrow. And if that collateral goes down in value too much, it gets sold off to pay you back plus your interest. Got it? So now let's move on to strategy number 2, be the house. Be the house. So how does be the house work? Being the casino. Well, in the casino, there's gamblers. And in DeFi, in crypto land, the gamblers are traders. They do longs, they do shorts, they take on leverage, etc. But to do leverage, to take on that stuff, they need to borrow money. So guess what? Well, they can borrow my money, fine by me, okay? And they pay a really nice interest rate on it. And if they lose their trade, if they lose on their trade, guess who gets to keep their loss? I do. You do. The house does, because we're the house. So not only do we get interest on the money they borrow from us, we also get the gains from their losses. And if they win, well, that happens sometimes. But you know, we're the house, so the gamblers lose most of the time. So some days, maybe the gamblers win, but you know, by far, most days they lose. So that's how Be the House works. You put up stablecoin, you get interest on it when they borrow it, and you also get, when they lose trades, you also get to take that. Always paid to you in stablecoin. And my favorite place to do it over the last year has paid a return of just under 43% over the last year. That would be the interest they pay on borrow, the gamblers pay on borrowing the stablecoin, as well as the losses in their trades. Added together over the last year, 43%. This one's pretty straightforward. And so far in this pool, there's, almost $83 million in this pool, right? If you deposit your money, you go into this fund, and this is what the gamblers use to borrow from. That's where all the interest goes into, all the losses from the gamblers go into, etc. And over the last year, it's been about 43%. Again, both Be the Bank and Be the House, stablecoin strategies to get interest on stablecoin. Put a 5 in the chat if you're getting pretty excited about this, if you're seeing how valuable this is. Put a 5 in the chat if you're also realizing you wish you knew this a lot sooner. A lot of 5s coming in. So now we're going to move on to the last strategy, which I call being Coinbase. And before I do that, I want to ask you, how does Coinbase make most of its money? Drop in the comments, how does Coinbase make most of its money? Trades, fees. Fees. By far, most of its revenue comes from fees. When you sell Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, sell or buy Ethereum, Solana, whatever it is, they charge you a fee. Roughly, usually about 1.5%, right? And that's where Coinbase makes most of their money, is from fees, from people buying and selling coins. Why do you think I call this next strategy being Coinbase? Because you get the fees when people buy and sell. Pretty attractive, huh? So over here, this is probably my favorite place to get Bitcoin stablecoin. So this right here is Bitcoin stablecoin. Currently in this range, it's paying over 100%, okay? So anytime someone sells Bitcoin for stablecoin or takes stablecoin to buy Bitcoin, they pay a little fee. 0.05%, 0.05%. On Coinbase, they're paying 1.5%. In DeFi, they're paying 0.05%, 1/30th of what they're paying on Coinbase. So as a user, you're very happy. You're paying way less than you want Coinbase to do these exchanges, right? And as a liquidity provider, right, that's what we're doing, that's what Coinbase is, we're happy because we get the fees. So on all these protocols, I am a user, I'm a borrower and a lender, and I'm a user in terms of using it and liquidity providing on it. I'm doing all of it. I rarely use Coinbase. So how does this work, right? Like I said, every time someone sells a Bitcoin for stablecoin or vice versa, they pay a little fee, and that's where this yield comes from, okay? Now, let me show you Ethereum and stablecoin. Same thing. So they're paying about a little over 0.05%. When they sell their ETH for stablecoin, or they take their stablecoin and buy ETH, they pay that little fee. It goes to us, and currently in this range, it's paying about 122%. And I'm not even done yet. Let me show you Solana and stablecoin. When someone sells their Solana for stablecoin or vice versa, they pay a 0.04% fee, and currently that's sitting around about 105%. And the best part, let me ask you this. When someone does this and they pay me a fee, how do they pay me that fee? How do they pay me that fee? Take a guess. When I get paid that fee, how is it paid to me? Take a guess. USD, same coin, USDT, Bitcoin, native Bitcoin. All of those are correct answers. They're all correct answers. Because in this pool, that fee, no matter what they do, whether they sell Bitcoin for stable or take stable to buy Bitcoin, they pay this fee, and that fee is paid to me in half Bitcoin, half stablecoin. Half ETH, half stablecoin. So that yield is being paid to me in Bitcoin and stablecoin. I am accumulating Bitcoin and stablecoin. Now, I don't really do ETH and Solana, but you could do that just as the same. I'm literally getting Bitcoin and stablecoin every day. Every day. Every day. So it's like a free DCA. It's like a $3 cost average. Holy shit, right? So if I put, 10 grand in here, over the next year, I should expect to earn about 5 grand in Bitcoin and 5 grand in stablecoin and still have my initial capital. Put a 1 in the chat if you're realizing how much you've been missing out on not knowing about this. Because it's been around for almost 8 years. Now, the early days weren't this good. They were much more sketchy. A lot of ones came in. This is fucking crazy. So someone asked, what are the risks? The biggest risk by far, nothing else even compares. The biggest risk is you. You not knowing what you're doing and making a mistake. You are the biggest risk by far. The other risks that exist are, the protocol getting hacked, which is very rare, and that's why it's very important to be choosy about which ones you use. And even ones that have gotten hacked in the past, which again is really rare, they tend to still make all of their users whole, one way or another, because a lot of them, they build up treasuries that are like their insurance funds for in case something happens, right? But the biggest risk by far is you. You making a mistake, you choosing the wrong protocol, you clicking the wrong links, you making mistakes from not knowing what to do. That's by far the biggest risk. But those are the 3 strategies. Be the bank, be the house. Those are primarily stablecoin strategies, in my opinion. You can use them for Solana and ETH and Bitcoin too, but to me, they're best used for stablecoin yield. And then be Coinbase, which is the main one I use to really actually accumulate coin, right? If I'm accumulating, if I put 10 grand in there and I get 5 grand of Bitcoin over the course of a year and 5 grand in stablecoin, well, I've gotten all this Bitcoin for free, but I have all this stablecoin too that I can deploy any way I want. I can just go put it in Be the Bank and get yield, or if Bitcoin goes down to a lower price, maybe I can just swoop it up. Anything like that. Very powerful. Can you go into how to set this up? It's definitely too much to do on a live stream. Here's what I have done though. Like let me be sure. Maybe that's a nice transition. So can you go into this setup? I can't on a live stream. It's just too much and too long, and especially for it to be one video would be insanely hard to follow. But what I have done is I did put something together that takes you step by step in video step by step in multiple videos, how to set all this up, how to do it right, how to have all the nuances, avoid mistakes and pitfalls and stuff like that. I did put something together, but I'm only going to share it with you if you want me to. If you don't want me to, I won't. But I'd like to know, put a yes or a 1 in the chat if you want me to show you what I put together to help you with this. If no one wants to see it, that's fine, but I don't want to assume. Okay, that was a lot of yeses and ones really quickly. So I assume it's okay. So what I put together, because again, I've been using DeFi for about 7 years, right? Which is almost DeFi's entire existence. So I definitely know what I'm talking about, but I've made a lot of mistakes, taken a lot of bumps and bruises and ass kickings along the way, right? But it's better now too, right? Like that stuff is easier to avoid, and I know much more what to look for. And so the thing I put together is the best of the best, right? Through hundreds, maybe a couple thousand hours of experience from me, right? And I put it together into simple step-by-step videos so that even if you're a complete newbie, as a matter of fact, I assume you don't know how to do any of this. This course I put together is perfect for you. Even if you're a complete newbie. The only people it's not for, if you're already like a DeFi master, this course isn't going to help you because you already know all this stuff. But if you're newer to this, that's exactly who this is for. So what I put together was, I really broke it down into 3 different categories, right? Let me pull this up if I can find it. I'll show it to you here real quick. So what I put together were step-by-step videos, okay? And I'll run you through all of it. Actually, before we even get to the DeFi stuff, I have a few links for you to use that will get you free Bitcoin. Like if for some reason you don't have a Coinbase account, this link's gonna get you $30. If you don't have a Gemini account, which I actually bet most of you don't, you'll get $50 in Bitcoin here. And if you're in America and you don't have a Fold account, this one will get you $20. So here's up to $100 in free Bitcoin before you even get started, okay? And this is an intro video talking about, hey, here's what we're gonna go through, here's what you can expect. And also a caveat, since you're newer to this, I say in the intro video too, start out small. If you got $10,000 you wanna put in, don't put 10,000 in right away. Put in like a couple $100 just to build your comfort level. This course is meant to bring you 95% of the way. The final 5% no one can give you because that just has to come from you building your comfort level and experience, but you can do that very quickly, okay? So this video is really about saying start small and work your way up. But then we get into the actual training. First of all, you gotta set up your wallets. These are the two, and most of all the DeFi I use is either on the Solana network or Ethereum or EVM style chains. And so these are the 2 wallets that I use. I use the Phantom wallet and the Ravi wallet. I go through here. I show you how to set these up, how to keep them safe, how to protect them, mistakes and stuff to avoid, etc. And then how to deposit and withdraw from them, etc. Because this, you got to have this before you can use DeFi at all, okay? These are some short videos. I show you exactly how to do that. And then we get into the trainings. So right here, we get into Be the Bank. I show you my 3 favorite places to be the bank, which is primarily getting yield on stablecoin. 3 step-by-step videos showing you exactly what to do, how to fund your wallet, how to take your wallet, how to deposit here, how to open positions, how to close positions, stuff like that. Step-by-step, completely newbie friendly. My 3 favorite places to do it. And then we go to Be the House. I show you my 2 favorite places to get it, to do that. This is the one where we were getting yield on, we were betting against the gamblers, right? They'd borrow money from us, pay us interest, and then when they lost trades, we also get the gains from those losses. I show you my 2 favorite places to do that. And then finally we get into the Be the Coinbase strategy. Again, these are all step-by-step videos, totally newbie friendly. This is my favorite place to get Bitcoin and stablecoin. That was the one I showed you before. This is my favorite one to earn Solana and stablecoin. This is my favorite one to earn Ethereum and stablecoin. These are all step-by-step videos showing you exactly how to do it. Saves you a lot of time, saves you from making a lot of mistakes, and gets you up and running pretty quickly. Like if you really wanted to, you could get some positions open within a few hours going through these videos. So it's meant to get you up and running from 0 to being competent pretty quickly, from 0 to having positions open, within a matter of a few hours if you want to go through like that. Now, you don't need to rush like that if you don't want to, but I put it together in a way to make it really like meat and potatoes and get out the fluff and make it very step by step by step, and they're all videos, right? Showing you exactly how to do it. And over here, like that was like the setup. Yeah, but these are the actual videos, like on the actual page, you know, showing you how to go through and do all of this. The other was just an easier to see thing. And then once you're done getting it, like once you go get it, there'll be on the thank you page, there'll be a link directly to the training so you get instant access, okay? There'll be a link directly to it to bring you straight over here so that you can just dive right into it. You'll also get an email with links to the training, all right? And it's not free, right? It's not free, but where do we go here? But I do have a big discount for you. I normally charge $1,000 for this, okay? But during the stream, if you go get the course during the stream, which I'll be on the stream for maybe 15 more minutes. If I've showed you all this stuff and you're like, you know, I really want to learn this. I realize how much I've been missing out not knowing how to do this. I want to be able to capitalize on this now and in the future. I want this skill. I want to be able to start doing this. This seems like the fastest, safest path to being able to do it and acquire the skill, which is really what you want, right? You want the skill of being able to use DeFi, and you want to acquire it as fast as possible in the safest way possible, right? That's what you really want. So I normally charge $1,000 for this whole step-by-step video course, but for fast action, if you get it during this stream, when the stream is over, the price goes back up. If you get it during the stream, head over to dailycryptobull.com. There's the link, take a screenshot if that helps you. You can get it for just $97, but you gotta get it during the stream, right? 91% off. I call it magnetic investing, because to me, you're really attracting Bitcoin and Solana, Ethereum, and stablecoin to yourself. But over there at dailycryptobull.com, during the stream, when the stream is over, price goes back up, but during the stream, it's only 97 bucks. Cost of a few beers at a baseball game, right? And in my opinion, there's never been a better ROI for me than when I've invested in myself. When I've invested in my skills, acquiring skills, sharpening skills, etc. I mean, you can do the math too, like, all right, well, if I put $1,000 into the Bitcoin stablecoin pool, I'll probably earn about $100 a month. So within a month, you basically earned it back. And in case you forgot, you know, at the whole beginning, before you even start, I show you how to get up to $100 in free Bitcoin right off the bat. So I assume most of you have a Coinbase account, so this probably won't work for most of you. But these other two, I'll bet most of you don't have this. I mean, there's $70 in free Bitcoin, and you're only paying, you know, $100 for the course, 97 bucks. To me, it's a pretty big no-brainer. Again, the price is only during this stream. When the stream is over, it goes back up to $1,000. Okay, get it, don't get it, it's your choice. Obviously, I'm not trying to push you, but I've shown you all of it. I showed you a good solution about how you can learn how to do it in a safe, faster way from an experienced person in a step-by-step video way. So I feel like it's the best solution out there, but it's your choice, obviously. Price goes back up when the stream is over. Stream's over in, you know, maybe about 10 minutes. And if you do go get it, please come on here and let me know you got it, okay? So I can thank you. Because it does support the channel too. Damn, will you do this again? I don't get paid till Thursday. I don't know. You know, I never know what I'm gonna do. You know, I don't know. And, you know, 97, like with this course, it's a huge discount. It's easily worth $1,000, right? Not too hard. Like that's not, it literally makes you money every day. It's passive income. It acquires Bitcoin, ETH and Solana if you want, and stablecoin every day. It's very valuable. So me giving this big fast action discount of $97, like, I don't know if I'll ever offer that price again, you know? Like, I'm just being straight. Like that's insanely low price for what it is. But it's enough that I think people that buy it will take it seriously and actually do it. Because I never give away free stuff, ever, okay? Here's the big reason I never give away free stuff. Because I found that when people get stuff for free, they don't value it. Here's a story that really hit home for me. Like years ago, I've been trading for a lot of years too. So years ago, everyone wanted me to make a masterclass to show them how to trade. And so I said, fine, I'll go make one. So I spent about 3 months making a beautiful, fantastic 2-hour-long masterclass. Probably 200 hours of my time and then years of experience to even be able to make it, right? And I finally get done with it after about 3 months, recording, re-recording, editing, thinking about it, etc. And I'm done and I say, okay, I'm done, here you go. Go claim it. Hundreds of people went and claimed the free masterclass. But then a couple weeks went by and I didn't hear anything from anybody. No one said this is good, this is bad, nothing. So I'm like, that's weird. And so then I went and looked, hundreds of people claimed the masterclass, but like 2% of people actually watched it. And I was like, what the fuck? You all said you wanted this. I spent months making this and I gave it to you and you're not even watching it? And that bothered me for a while. I lost sleep over it. I was so confused. And one day I'm out for a walk and a thought hits me. And here's what the thought said. It said, when people pay, they pay attention. I thought, damn, that's true. I have loads of free shit that I've gotten that I've never opened that's probably good. But anything I've ever paid for, I've at least opened it up and went through it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna charge for this masterclass. It's worth a crap load of money. But I charged about $97 for the masterclass. Again, people went and bought it. The thing they were getting free, now they're paying for it. But here's the thing that happened. When people paid for it, almost 100% of them watched the damn class. And then people were messaging me, oh, this is good, oh, thank you so much. Almost 100% of the people watched it. The only thing that changed was they paid for it instead of got it for free. Same class, but when they got it for free, they didn't even watch it. When they paid for it, they watched it. So they got value from it. That was the lesson. I'm like, I can never give things away for free because it's useless. No matter how good it is, people won't even open it. And you may think you will, but I'm telling you from experience, you probably won't. And if you pay for something, you tend to prioritize it. You tend to put in more effort. You tend to put in more time. You tend to try to get a return on your investment. You know what I mean? So my question with $97, even though I'm offering this big discount here as an action thing, fast action thing, I find myself wondering, is it enough money for you to take it seriously and open it? Because I want you to go through it and acquire the skill, and that's what you want too. And the funny thing is the more you pay, the more attention you'll pay, the more effort you'll put in, and thereby the more you'll get out of it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I've purchased it once before and was never able to find the course. Is there a way to check it? Well, at this point, definitely send me an email. But when you're done checking out, there's a link right here when you're done checking out to go straight to it. And you also get an email with it too. So when you're done checking out, there'll be a link right here to just click and it'll take you right to the training. But David, if you've bought this before and you couldn't find it, just send me an email so I can confirm that you bought it. And then I'll send you the direct link. But it's probably also buried in like your spam or junk. You just got to search Daily Crypto Bull because it comes from me. I don't want to give out my exact email address on the live stream. Steven says that's facts. It is. So I'm beyond here for like 5-ish, maybe 10 more minutes. So the discount goes away in like 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to go get it, just go over to dailycryptobull.com. Take a screenshot if that helps you. That whole course. By the way, remember, you're going to get $50 to $100 in free Bitcoin before you even move on to the actual training. right? So I mean, in that way, the course is almost free. I show you how to set, all these are step-by-step videos, completely newbie friendly. Show you how to set up the wallets. I show you my favorite places to use and how to use them for each of the 3 strategies. 3 places for be the bank, 2 places for be the house, and 3 places for be Coinbase. And again, this is my favorite one, and you know why? Because it's sitting here getting me 100% yield, paying me Bitcoin stablecoin every day. If you like Ethereum, it can be paying you Ethereum every day. If you like Solana, it can be showing you how to do that. And that's exactly what I show you over here in this course, how to do step by step for just $97, cost of a few beers at a football game or a baseball game. I'll bet you plenty of you spent more than that on beers this weekend. And there's not really a return on that, but here there is. This is you acquiring a skill. This should really be a no-brainer. But your choices are your choices. I showed this to you. Many of you seemed very excited, seemed like, yes, I need to learn how to do this. This is the easiest, fastest, safest way to learn how to do it. Because within a matter of a few hours, you can have open positions. It is very step by step. Is there a link on the main YouTube page? I'm not sure. The easiest way to go over there is just go to dailycryptobull.com. I'm not sure if I have it on my YouTube page. Welcome, Chris. I've been sober for 20 years. I just really can't afford this at the moment. I can pay you Thursday. Can I message you? Stephen, as much as I want to say yes, I can't. Because I find, and I just mean it this way, like I am, if you're really struggling to have any money to like $97, I think your most valuable thing you should focus on is increasing your income or decreasing your expense or decreasing your expenses. Because if $97 is like, I don't have 97 and that's maybe the common situation you run into, maybe your best course of action is to figure out how to increase your income or decrease your expenses. That would be something to think about. Actually, there is a link right below your vid. Is there? Okay. I don't know, because I don't use YouTube that much, right? I'm over on TikTok. I'm just over here to do this live stream because it's a safer place to do this. But again, the easiest way is just go to dailycryptobull.com. It's not common, it's a situation that came up with my mother. Oh, so you had like an emergency thing pop up. I still stand. I don't care how much money anyone has. There still should be a focus. If you have a ton of money, you should still have a focus on increasing your income and decreasing your expenses. Whether you're poor or rich as hell, I think that's still something that should be always focused on. But I don't know, Stephen, like, we'll see. Maybe message me on Thursday. Just maybe message me on Thursday if that works for you. But I'll bet by Thursday you forget about this. It's not a personal thing, it's just humans. Thursday is a long ways away from Sunday. A lot of things happen between now and then. I got it. Thank you. Any tips before getting started? Well, first of all, VFL, thank you for going and getting the course, supporting the channel. And thank you for investing in yourself and trusting me to teach you how to do this. I don't really have any tips. My best tips are to go through it, right? Seriously, not best tip, because there's a lot of tips I could give. But what I'll say, first and foremost, don't skip this beginning part. Before you do any of the training, go claim the free Bitcoin you can claim. Like this, you can, I say buy $100 in Bitcoin to get 50. What you could do is you can buy $50 in Bitcoin and then sell it right away, and you'll get that free $50. With Fold, you buy a gift card, like an Amazon gift card, you'll get free Bitcoin. And what you'll find is that when you buy gift cards, you'll also get free Bitcoin every gift card you buy. This is going to be like, holy shit. This is amazing, but you got to live in the US for this one. So don't skip this. Do these beginning parts. If for some reason you don't have a Coinbase account, be sure to do this. Claim your 30 free bucks of Bitcoin. Don't skip that. Then go step by step. Set up your wallets. Do these 2 steps. Don't go out of order. Do these 2 steps. And then what I think is don't do any of these. Watch them. Watch all of them before you do anything with them. And then after watching all of them, decide where do you want to start. Does that make sense? So do those first things. Go claim your free Bitcoin before you do anything. Then set up your wallets. Set them up before you move on to any other steps. And then go through all the rest of the videos before doing another thing. And then figure out where you want to start from there. Where's the first place you want to put some money? And start small. I don't care if you got $1 million. Don't use more than a few $100 to start out. Because in the beginning, the course is meant to bring you 95% of the way, right? To bring you from newbie to competent. But that final 5%, no one can give you. You can only get it by doing. Comes with a little bit of experience, because as you put a position in, you're gonna be thinking about it a lot. You're gonna be, You're gonna build a comfort level, okay? Then it's about building a comfort level. So start with a small amount, so you don't get nervous. And then you'll start to see over a few days, a week, you're like, shit, this is working exactly like he said. Every day I check this, I can see the Bitcoin, the ETH Solana, the stable coin that I've accrued in interest every day. Whoa. And I can claim it right now if I want. Whoa. So you'll build those little things that can only really come by doing. It's that final 5%. I hope that makes sense. And then that'll build your comfort and experience level. Those are my best tips for how to best use this. I hope that helps. It definitely will if you follow those steps. I understand, Stephen. Maybe I'm still off. Maybe I come back on Thursday and offer it at the same. Or you can message me. Maybe. If you remember, message me. I'm not going to guarantee I'll honor it. But since you have an emergency situation, I do feel for you a bit with your mother. Message me. I'll see what I can do. Does anybody have any other questions? Because I'm going to hop off the stream here in a few minutes, which again also means that the price is going to go back up. There's a screenshot, dailycryptobull.com. Take a screenshot. Normally $1,000. Damn skill's worth at least $1,000. Only $97 if you get it during the stream. The entire course. And when you're done checking out, you'll have a link directly to the training. Boom, just like that, okay? And you'll have the course, it'll bring you right over here. The free Bitcoin alone basically pays for the course. So you're almost even right away. But let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. In 2026, $97 is far from a lot of money. Your cell phone bill is double that. Your monthly cell phone bill. Your car payment is probably $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. Your rent and mortgage is thousands of dollars. Your lunch, the beers you bought over the weekend, probably way more than that. So like $97 is not much money. But what's really valuable? Skills. A skill that now you know how to put money here and it just grows passively. It's passive income. Grows passively into more Bitcoin, more stablecoin, more ETH, more Solana, if that's what you want. I'm a Bitcoin stablecoin guy. My focus is there. Is that skill worth $97? No question. Is it worth $1,000? No question. 10,000? Easy. Especially over time. That Bitcoin that I accumulate every day, what's that worth in several years from now, 10 years from now? So I'm making it as easy as possible. But you got to pay something, because if I give it to you for free, you won't use it, even though you think you will. And I got to support the channel somehow. Just started investing 2 years ago in crypto. Have a friend to help me as well. That's awesome. Yeah, I get it, Steven. Yeah, just message me on Thursday. We'll figure something out. Any other questions from anybody? Did anybody else go get it? I'd like to thank you if you did. But it's 12:26. So in 4 minutes, I'm gonna end the stream and the price will go back up. There's the link, dailycryptobull.com. And when you're done checking out, it'll bring you to this page and the link is right here. You'll also get an email with the link to the training. Be sure to check your spam and junk, okay? And bring you right over to the training. It's getting warm here. What do you think? Thanks for the hearts coming in. Thanks for all the love coming in. You're welcome, Stephen. I hope your mother, I'm assuming it's a health thing. I guess I don't know. Either way, I hope that really works out. I hope things really work out well and everyone heals. I'm out of here in 3 minutes. Yes, a phone call came in. It always fucks up the stream when a call comes in. So I literally just closed the app and resumed the stream. I assume you guys can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, the stroke, man, that's like, my wife's, my father-in-law, he had a stroke like 4 years ago. And we just saw him a couple weeks ago. He's doing great. I think he got away lucky. He got away very lucky. He got help really quickly, and maybe it wasn't as severe one as they can be. So I hope everyone heals up, no doubt about it. All right, y'all. I am out of here. So well, here's what I'll do, because we had that interruption in the stream there. So there's the link. Okay, dailycryptobull.com. Take a screenshot if you want, if you're considering the course. Normally it's $1,000. Videos step by step. Normally $1,000. During the stream, I have it at 97. Here's what I'm gonna do. For probably about 15 minutes after the stream, I'll leave this price up. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom and stuff, get a snack, return a phone call. After I do that, I'm gonna come back to my computer. I'm gonna raise the price back up here to $997. And after you go get this, it'll bring you straight to this page. And there'll be a link directly to the training right here. You'll just be able to click the link and it'll take you right over here to the training. Okay. And again, there's $100, up to $100 in free Bitcoin for you to be claimed before you even start the training. That pays for most, if not all, of the course anyways. But it's not about the course, it's about the training. And then you get all the videos, right? These are all step-by-step, completely newbie friendly. You know how much you've been missing out on, right? Not getting 100% yield on Bitcoin and stablecoin, 100% yield on Ethan stablecoin, Solana stablecoin, 100% yield. You know you've been missing out a massive amount not knowing how to do this. Is $97 worth being in the dark that much longer? Because you can go try to learn it yourself too. But I promise you that is going to take way longer. It's going to be way more painful, and it's going to end up costing you a lot more money to learn it on your own. 97 bucks? Are you serious? In 2026, that is cheap as hell, and you know it. Videos of yours step by step. Right when you're done checking out, there'll be a link to go straight to the training. You'll also get an email with the trainings, okay? That one might take up to an hour to show up. I don't know why. But be sure to check your spam and junk, because they'll probably end up there. All right, I'm gonna show you the link one more time. There it is. That's not the link. Where's the link? There it is, dailycryptobull.com. Take a screenshot, that helps you, and I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna get out of here. You have about 15 minutes after the stream. I'm gonna go to the restroom, turn a call, eat a snack, and I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be $1,000. Stop staying in the dark. You know this is very, very good for you. But you got about 15 minutes. Get it, don't get it. I just hope $97 isn't the thing that stops you from getting this. Anyways, all right, y'all, take care. Bye-bye.